one day last year, I was walking out of my front door like any other normal day, and I'm about to step out on the sidewalk, and I look down, and I almost tripped over him. He was just laying there on my front porch. I think we kind of surprised each other. But before I walked back inside, I looked down and I saw this piece of paper underneath him, and it had a Bible verse on it. "This is my son, the chosen one. Listen to him." Now, I'm not a huge Bible reader, so I was like, okay, right. I could have written him off as crazy. I could have called somebody to come pick him up. I could have just ignored him, but I don't know why. I helped him. I got him up, I brought him inside, I gave him something to eat, I let him sleep someplace a little more comfortable. He ended up living with me for like 2 days. I don't know, it wasn't the note. I just had some urge to help him. I think maybe to feel like I made a difference or that I did something good that day. But in the end, I had to kick him out. I had to put him right back out on the street where he came from. And I feel pretty bad about it. But I just couldn't handle the smell. He smelled so bad. Plus my dog tried to eat him. Did I mention it was a mouse? Still doesn't explain the note though.
I'm in my freshman year of college right now, and when people ask me who my roommates are, I tell them my family. I appreciate commuting to school because I don't have to freak out about farting in my sleep. Let's be real, we're all thinking it, I'm just the one to say it. People tend to think that I must be a homebody for being a commuter, coddled by my grandparents, and home-cooked meals. I have to admit that I am spoiled in the sense that my bed is very, very comfy, but I'm at a point in my life right now where my grandparents can't really take care of me anymore. I have to take care of them. There come certain responsibilities with living with your grandparents. Upon coming home from school, I will tell my grandmother, yes, I ate already. And then I will give my grandfather his daily eye drops. I've also officially become the TV repairwoman of this household, when usually all I have to do is press play. Other times, my grandfather will wake up in the middle of the night and ask me where his wife, my other grandmother, is. And it is my responsibility to remind him that she actually passed away 4 years ago. It pains me when I come home so late from school that I don't get to say hi to them. But I still get to see them more often than I would if I had dormed. And it's settling to know that I'm still here while they are too. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
My sister and I are best friends, and we lived together for the first 19 years of my life. We always hung out together watching TV, playing video games, and doing homework. Growing up, if my little sister was ever scared or lonely at night, she would often cuddle up next to me in my twin-sized bed and fall asleep. Although it was uncomfortable for me, I'm a big guy, I like to take up as much space as I can on my bed. It was always okay, I'm her big brother, I'm there for her. When we were teens, I went to college, and her and my parents moved to a new house. When I graduated, my parents booked this big 8-day Caribbean cruise for us. A lot of our close family friends were also going to be on the cruise, one of which was my sister's then boyfriend and his family, who we were close to. My sister and I hadn't lived together for more than 3 years at this point, but on the cruise it was just like old times. We were sharing a tiny room with 2 beds that folded out from the walls, because for those of you who have never been on a cruise, everything's built for efficiency and economy of space. Tiny rooms, tiny bathrooms, tiny beds. Towards the end of the vacation, after a long day of fun, I crawl into my smaller than a twin-sized bed and fall asleep. After maybe an hour, I hear my sister come in and I think she's crying. I mean, I'm half asleep, I don't really know. Before I could react, she gets into my bed, cuddles up next to me, and proceeds to quietly cry over what was a huge fight between her and her boyfriend. There I was, uncomfortable in my minuscule bed with my little sister, who once again needed her big brother, just like old times.
So it's freshman year of college, and my roommate is a Japanese exchange student named Miki. She was great, she was the best roommate ever. One time my friends and I went downstairs to play Rock Band in the common room, and I told Miki that we were gonna go play video games. And when I told her that, she looked at me and said, oh, that they were gonna play games too, her and her friends. And so I figured it was gonna be also video games or card games or what other kind of games. I don't know what kind of games they play in Japan. But 2 hours later, one of the boys from the second floor came downstairs and told us, hey guys, I think all the exchange students are throwing up in the bathrooms. So I come to find out that the boys on the second floor were playing drinking games with the exchange students, getting them all super wasted. So we had to go upstairs, roll each girl into their bed, And then by the time we got into my room, we were rolling Miki into her bed, and she looks at me and told me that I was so beautiful, and then she tried to get back out of bed and drunk dial her boyfriend in Japan at like 1 in the morning. That was funny. I miss her.
I'd like to send a special thank you to everyone that posted feedback on my one-time survey. You guys have really helped solidify my future goals for this channel and everything I want to do. I've already filmed my feedback video and it's going on this channel sometime next week, and then followed by one more episode of One Time for the year 2014. After that, I'm going to be taking a break to organize the beginning of 2015 and good stuff. So for the recommendations I want you to put in the comment section this week are YouTubers that are outside of the Big Four. That's right, YouTubers that are not in the United States, YouTubers that are not in Canada, YouTubers that are not in the UK, and YouTubers that are not in Australia. I want YouTubers from anywhere else. I need to know more people outside the Big Four, so I really would love more recommendations. So, all right, bye.